Hi everyone, trust you all are doing well. And in this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to work on our views for our tags. So let's go to the menu and create a new menu item for our tags as well. So then we can be able to go to our views and things like that. Okay, so let's do that. Go to Visual Studio Code. Now, as you can see, this is the navigation item for our categories. So if we go to our components, dashboard, Sidenav, okay, then we just copy this one down once more. Then we just change these to be tags like this. I'm obviously just going to capitalize this one and this one as well. All right, so now we got our admin.tags.index, admin tags.create. So we got that all set up. So let's see in our view. We refresh. You can see we got our tags index and our tags create right there. So we go to the right places. All right, so let's update those views with the data and things like that. All right, so in our index view, what we want to do is we want to pass through the tags. Okay, so we're just going to get the tags, and what we want to do is we want to get all the tags and just pass them to the view. And now an index method right here, as you can see, it's empty. So I'm going to go to my categories.index. I'm just going to copy everything in there and go to index view and just paste them in here. Okay. Now that tags variable that we pass through is going to be here. So we just put it in here and just change all the categories to be tags like this. Okay. So we got the tag ID. So iterate over those tags. Name, ID. So we obviously haven't created this created at method in our tag. So let's go to our tag model. So in here, we just need to create the same thing that we created in our category right here. So that method. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it in here as well. All right. So that's the format. So we actually could make a trade for use timestamps. As timestamps. If you guys remember from the Laravel series for the Laravel.io in the previous lessons, and they actually have a timestamps right there. Instead of you doing this, we can actually put it in our timestamps and actually have the format like this. All right, so we can do that. All right, so let me just leave it for now. It actually would be better if we actually create a trade for that. We still got time, so let's quickly go to our trade right here. Let's create a new file and called as timestamps and .php. And what we want to do is we want to PHP like this and namespace. It's going to be the app. Trades. Okay. And then obviously we want to create a trade. And this is going to be as timestamps. Like this. So we create a public function, and this is going to be the created add. And we basically want to return this. Let's just copy this. And paste it in here. And we want to do the updated as well. Updated add. And this is going to be the updated add. And then we format it right here. So in our model itself, we can actually now, instead of doing that, we can say use as timestamps. Okay, so we can actually make use of the trade right there. So let's go to our category model. Instead of doing this, we just bring in the use as timestamps. Like I said, in coding, don't repeat yourself. Keep it dry. Okay, so as you can see, it imported the trade right there. Okay, so let's close the category. now in our model, so in our index view, so we can actually call on that method right there. So everything works. So if we go down, you see the routes, we still need to change to go to tags. So let's just copy those, go to the tags, and then instead of the category, this needs to be the tag as well. Okay, so all of that is set up. So let's go to our view again. And if we refresh, go to our index view, as you can see, this hasn't changed yet. So let me go there, and at the top, just change this to be tags as well. Go back, it's supposed to change. Okay, so it changed. All right, so let's do our create and edit view, and then just seed the database. Okay, so let's go back. So the index is fine. So let's go to our create. So categories.create. We're just going to copy everything again in our tags right here. Right, and instead of categories, we're just going to do tags. And this is just going to be tags.store. Everything here is the same, so no need to change that. Okay, very nice. In our edit view, this must be edit. In our edit view, we copy everything and go here and just paste it inside your tags edit folder file. And we just change this to be tags edit, and this is going to be the tags.update. Instead of the category that we're passing through, we're just going to pass through the tag. All right, so let's go to the controller. We need to obviously pass that tag to the view, so we're just going to pass to a compact method, and we're just going to pass in the tag. Okay, so that tag is what we're referencing in our tag edit right there. So that's the one right there. Okay. The next part, we got our index, edit, and create right there. So let's just go and seed our database quickly. Let's close this off. So PHP artisan migrate fresh. Let's seed. All right, so let's do that. As you can see, carbon not found. Let's go to our seeder again. We haven't imported the carbon. So database seeders, go to tags table seeder. Just remember to import the DB so that it's a facade right there. Just make sure you import it right there. I'm just going to use the carbon, and let's try that again. Okay, so as you can see, it seeded the database. Okay, so let's go to the browser again and refresh. It requires us to log in, example.com, and the password. So let's go to tags.index, undefined method. Now, as you can see, just make sure you import the trade right there in your model. Otherwise, if you don't import it, it won't know what to look for. It doesn't know what the hash timestamp even means if you don't import the trade right there. And that's basically the error that we got. So if we refresh, you will see we got our date format is the correct format, and we got our tags right there. So if we go to the edit view, we'll see category is still in there in our edit. Now, as you can see right here, this needs to be the tag name, because remember the variable that we pass through is the tag, so the tag name right there. So it's not supposed to give us any errors right now. I like to leave it in because you might experience the same things and you see how I fix it, so that when you do get it, you will know what the problem is. So as you can see, I'm just going to change this to Laravels, right? Because we obviously haven't created any the up store method. We haven't created this. We just seeded the database and things like that. Right, so in index method, it works. In our edit method, it brings us there. Now, the next part we're going to do is we're going to do our update in our store and delete method quickly. So, all right. So let's go to our view and go to our controller. So we got our tag controller right here. And what I want to do is I just want to, let's return the request. As you guys remember from the previous one, I'm just going to do for people that's maybe new to the channel. Right, so let's refresh and create one. I'm just going to call this one new tag and create. As you can see, we're hitting the right route and we get the new tag. Okay, so let's validate it and create the tag as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say this dot validate, and we want to validate the request that we receive. Okay, and then it's going to be an array. Now what we want to do, we want to say the properties that we want to validate. Okay, and this one we want the name to be required, and that name must be unique. In the categories table, not the categories, the tags table, and we could add that, but let's just leave it like this. Okay, so the next part is we need to do the tag, and we're going to call the create method on it, and we're going to create an array with a name, and that's going to come from the request name. And obviously the slug that we're going to do is that needs to be equal to a string slug, our helper method. So just make sure you import this at the top, otherwise you might get an error. Illuminate support slug string right there. Okay, and we're going to create a slug from the request name. Doop, doop. Like this. Okay. No. And then we're going to return redirect to a route. And route is going to be admin.tags.index, as you can see. And then with success, this needs to be lowercase. What message can we say? I'm just going to call it short and sweet tag created. Like this. Okay. So the next part is we done the edit, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to copy the validation again from the store method, paste it in our update method. And now what we want to do, the tag that we passing through, we're just going to run an update on it. And the update will basically be everything inside our request right there, the one we created. And then we want to redirect to the same route and tag updated. Okay, and obviously the next part that we want to do is we want to say tag delete and redirect to the same route and tag deleted. Okay, so that is all done. All right, so let's quickly test it and to see if it works. So let's go and create the tag. So new tag, let's create one. As you can see, we got our new tag right there. If we edit the tag, we just change it to new tags. As you can see, it changed it to new tags. And what if we delete it? As you can see, we can delete it. All right, so that's all done. Thank you guys for watching in this lesson. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you don't like it, please give it a dislike. Positive or negative feedback is always appreciated. Now, the reason for the likes and dislikes, like I said before, is not to inflate my ego or anything. It's just so that Google or YouTube recommends the lesson to someone else that might find it useful. That's all. All right. I know likes kind of bloat up your channel, and you have a lot of videos of likes in your channel, but hey, tomorrow you might want to come back to it. That's the only reason why you probably would want to like it. Anyways, in the next one, what we're going to do, as you guys can see, We don't have any alerts showing if something's done. So in the next lesson, we're just going to create the alert before we're going to be able to do our threads as well. Okay, so let's do that in the next one. We're going to do an alert, but I don't know, the one where it disappears after a couple of seconds, I prefer that as well, where it comes up quickly, stays a couple of seconds and disappears. That's my favorite way to do it. The other way is it comes up and you actually have to close it manually. All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye. Adios.